Hello and welcome to DVxUI. Today on this channel, we are going to create another website using Framer. And in this one, our focus is going to be on 2-3 things. The first one is obviously the designing. The second one is using layout template to create headers and the footers. Now the third thing is the animation. Why not? And the fourth thing is going to be the responsiveness. So let's see how can we make this particular section using all this knowledge and master Framer. But first let me show you the animation which I have done over here. So if I reload this animation, which is quite subtle, appears over here. Alright, so now let's begin with a fresh new project. So here I am on a Framer project which is freshly created, and here first of all I'm going to change the name to delivery website like this. Perfectly right. Now after that, first of all we need to prepare this particular foundation. So it is quite raw, we need to prepare it. So first of all I'm going to provide a layout over here using this one. Now the height is going to be, well, I cannot make anything. It is because it does not have any content right now. So I will take a frame and put it over here like this. Now if I go to width of this frame, we can make it fill. Perfect. And then let me switch to layers over here. Now select this desktop, which is this primary one, and the height this time can be made fit content. Perfect. Now this frame is going to be the main frame. So write main over here. Now for the height of it, it is going to be 1200. Just a random value, not a concrete one. Now in the fill, I'm going to provide a different color, which is going to be 25. Now what is this main and what is this desktop? So consider desktop as your base frame. The main contains all the sections, for example, the hero section, the feature section, the review section, and etc. And the header and the footer goes inside this desktop directly. Alright, let me demonstrate that, how it works. So first of all, I'm going to take a frame, drop it over here. So this is going to be our hero section, and I'm going to make another one, place this one over here, make it small. And this one is going to be our header. And as I said, the main does not contain the header, so I'm going to keep it over here under the desktop. Perfect. Now after that, I will go to desktop, make this gap 0. Perfect. Now select this one, the header, and the width is going to be, let's take relative of 100%. So all the width that is available, it is going to take. Now in the height, it is going to be 60 of fixed, quite small. Now the position is going to be fixed because I don't want my header to move along with the section. I want it to stay at the top position without moving a bit. Perfect. Alright. So we have created so far this one, and we need to go to this main and make this layout as well. Perfect. In this way it will be placed at the center, and this frame is our hero. Now in the width, make it fill, and the height is going to be 100 VH. VH is the viewport height, basically the height of your complete screen. So if I have this PC this large, then the height of the screen is 100 VH for me, and it can vary for you as well. Perfect. Now go to this main. As you can see, we have a gap over here. So make this gap first of all 0, and then go over here and make it start. Perfect. Now we need to change few colors and start styling it. So first of all, I will go to this hero, then go to this fill, give it a gradient, a linear gradient, and here I'm going to put a value of 062081, which is a dark blue color. And for the second one, it is going to be 54B6 FF. Let me hit enter. Well, it has not taken that color. Let me see that. Why? Select the second one, and here we need to write 54B6 FF. Hit enter. Alright, now it has taken. Perfect. So our background is perfectly ready, as you can see. Now we need to start working on the header first. So select this header, and here in the color, give it a white color with the opacity of 10%. In this way, it will look something like this, which is quite amazing. Now here we need to put some content. Well, what I have done is I have already prepared all the content. So what you need to do over here is you just need to copy paste that. You can get the file from the description. So here I'm going to paste the content. Alright, so I have copied the content and here I'm going to paste them like this. This is not a rocket science. If you can see, we have a bunch of text over here for the nav links, a text for the site name, and a simple button. This is not something that is extraordinary. Alright, now I'm going to select my header first. So this header, and make this a layout like this. The padding for this one in the right is going to be 60, and in the left it is going to be 60 as well. Perfect. Now I need to select all my component. So just these component, you can see that inside the header. Now I need to right click and give it a stack. Now this stack inside this header is going to be called as content. Perfect. And the distribute for this one is going to be space between. So it will be placed something like this. And what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to provide a min-max height. But let me tell you what is the problem, why I'm providing the max width. So let me play this from here. Perfect. So this is looking quite right. But if I increase the size, it is going all the way to the left and to the right. This might look ugly and it will increase the eye distance. What I want is the user to catch everything quickly on my section. So what I can do is I can go back, select this one content, go to min max, add a max width, which is going to be, well, it is going to be fixed of 1200. Perfect. Now if I play this and expand it, you can see it is not going beyond that 1200 pixel width. Let me show you again. So again, you can see that it is not going beyond that. Perfect. So now it is looking like a responsive one. Although it is not perfectly, but we are going to make it. Now go back. Alright, so the header part is done. We need to work on this hero section. Well, if you want to master the UI UX principles and the web designing, that how I am able to create all those components that I am using in this hero section. So you can come to this course which I have created for you all, and here you can enroll and learn about the animation, 3D website, website designing using AI, freelance, and everything else. Well, not only this, by combining all the projects, I am creating a portfolio website design for you all. So at last, you're going to have a bunch of projects in your portfolio and also a portfolio website. It's a win-win situation. You must join it. I'll be waiting for you. Now let's go back to the video. So first of all, in the hero, I will make it a layout, and in the padding, in the right, I'm going to write 60, and in the left, I'm going to write 60 as well. Now then I will go to this layout, select this column and draw it something like this. Perfect. Select this one, and this is quite fill, and this is set to fill. We need to select this parent frame which contains both these frames and make this one fill. In this way it will occupy all the space in the width, and if you are wondering why it hasn't occupied all the way to the left and all the way to the right, it is because we have provided a padding to this parent frame, which is this hero. So 60 padding is working over here. Now select this one, the complete frame, and make this one fill as well. In this way, it will be placed something like this. Now I'm going to select this one and actually both of them. I don't need this color, so I'm going to remove it from here. Perfect. So we have the layout ready. We just need to put the content once again. So for that, again, I'm going to paste the content over here because there is no logic of creating all the components when our target is to learn the other things. So firstly, I have copied the picture and here I'm going to paste it like this. I'm also going to select this picture frame. Let me name it image and provide it layout. Make this alignment at the bottom so it always stays at the bottom. And this is center, which is right. Perfect. So our picture is well placed. Now what we need to do over here is we need the text for this frame. So let's paste that as well. So I have copied the content for this left part, select it and paste it over here. Now you can see that it has messed up. It is because if I select this and provide it a layout and change the direction to top to bottom and select this one, you can see that it is fill and that is why it has completely messed up. We need to select this one, the hero elements, and the width is fixed. We need to make it fill and now it is all right. Now I'm going to select my parent frame, which is this tag, and let me rename it. So left content. So on the other side, we have this image. So let me rename it to right content. So it will be more clear. Left content is this text and the right content is this image. Perfect. So I have selected this left one. Make this alignment towards left. And now I'm going to select this one, this frame, put it down. Now select the parent frame. The gap is going to be 80. In this way, the text and this content will be well placed. Perfect. So it means it has also been created very well. You can also copy that. But now comes the interesting point. How can we make this layout template? And now, first of all, what is layout template? Suppose if you have tens of pages, you're not going to design this exact header for each of your page. And you're also not going to paste this in all your pages. That is quite unproductive. Framer has a shortcut for it, and that is called layout template. Now, if I have selected this one, I will right click and then I will go to this create layout template. And now here I'm going to write, let's give it global elements. So here you can also put the footer. Alright, so it is placed over here. You can see that it is not visible. So I'm going to select this one and then in the fill, let's make it 2.5. Perfect. So now it is visible. So now this is your layout template. It says that the top content, which is this header, and the bottom content, which can be a footer, which I'm not going to design. You can always put it using this example of header. So the header and the footer are the global elements. It means they are going to appear throughout your website. So they will remain the same. And between the header and the footer is going to be the content. As you can see, your page content will appear over here. And it is going to happen automatically since I have already told it that this home contains this particular header. Let me show you something. So if I close everything from here, you see we don't have a header over here, but we can see it over here. That's the magic of layout template. We don't have the header over here, but it is present over here. It is because now it is a global element or the layout template. So let me select that once again. If you double click on that header, it will take you over here. Perfect. So now it is created and we don't have to do anything else over here. But now we need to go to home and make two more layouts for this section, which is going to be the responsiveness of this particular section. So let's see how can we do that. Go to this plus icon add a tablet, and you can see that it is messed up. Now we need to fix it. So to fix it, there's an easy way. I will go over here in the main, then in this hero, then inside the stack, alright, which contains left content and the right content. I'm going to make this distribution top to bottom, like this. Now I'm going to select this left one, which is now the top one. And here I'm going to make it, well, we need to change something over here. So first of all, I'm going to make it absolute. And here in the top value, I'm going to write 120. Perfect. Now after that, I'm going to select this picture, make it a bit smaller, like this. Select this right content, this box. And now I'm going to make it at the end, like this. So it will be placed over here. And now as you can see, this is looking quite well. If I select this one and the text is quite right. Yeah. So the tablet mode is also created. If this text is bothering you, you can select this one and give it a fixed width of, let's say, 600, like this. So it will be fixed. Now we need one more layout, which is going to be the phone one. So select the plus icon and then phone. Perfect. So we have completely messed up over here. What we need to do over here is we need to select this, which is this parent frame, the hero. You can see that over here. And instead of 100 VH, we are going to make it fit content. So first of all, I will close all of them. Select this main one, which contains this fixed, make it fit content. You can see the fixed height can be a problem. So let me select this one and make this fit content as well. And what we can do is we can increase the size like this. We can fix it later on. Now select this phone one and then go to this 60 and make it 24. This is the padding that we provided to our hero section. Perfect. Now we have this one, which is this left, and here I'm going to make it, well, I cannot make it fill from here. So what I need to do is I need to make it relative like this. And then what I can do is I can make it fill. In this way, it will occupy the complete space. Now this text is not fill. That is why it is making this mess up. So make this fill as well, like this. Perfectly ready. Now I'm going to select this text because since we can make it small, so we should make it small. So I'm going to provide a size of 40. And for this text, I'm going to make it 14. So I'm just making it smaller. And for this text as well, which is this description, make it 14. Perfect. So now it is well placed. Now after that, if you see, the picture is over here, which is not quite right. So let me select it from here. First of all, I'm going to make it at the center like this. And we need to select this one, make it smaller like this. So around 280 we need. Yep, I think this is going to be enough. Yep, now select this one. The height is fixed. It is going to be fit content. Or yeah, fit content is perfect. This is also good. And let me select this one. The padding is 116. We don't want any padding. So I'm going to remove all of that. Perfect. So now it is looking something like this. Now after that, I'm going to select this one. But in the hero section, I'm going to provide some padding, which is going to be 80 from the top. And at the bottom, it is not going to have any padding. Now we can make this image slightly larger like this. You can see that. And I think the gap is quite increased from here to here. So let me select this one, the complete stack. First of all, the gap is going to be 0. And then we will select this right one and keep it fit. I think this is enough and we have done quite well over here. And the mobile section is also ready. But one thing that is need to be fixed over here is this nav bar. So let's see how can we do that. Well, responsiveness can be tricky and different designers have different methods to solve it. This was one of it that was working on this particular one. You can also apply your methods of responsiveness. Alright, now let's select this header and make breakpoints over here as well. Firstly, for the tablet, which is right, I don't want to change anything except I want to delete this contact, or maybe we should delete this routes. Perfect. So now it will look more cleaner. Now select this one again, make it phone 1 as well. Now here what I'm going to do is I don't need this navigation over here. So I will select that and then I will go over here in the visible, make it no. And now I'm just going to keep the call and the name. Perfect. Now let's go back. So this is the phone and that is everything. Let's go back and let's see over here. You can see the framer is intelligent enough to know that you have created the phone 1. That is why it has occupied this phone 1. Perfect. Now the only part that is remaining is the animation. So let's focus over here. Perfect. Select this picture and then it already has this effect which is appear. Well, I have copy pasted it, that is why it already has this effect. So let me go over here and show you the settings. Trigger is going to be on appear, preset is going to be custom, and this is going to be on enter. When the image is going to enter, the effect is going to take place. Opacity 0, scale 0.5, these are default values, but the offset is going to be 240. You can see that. Then in the transition, what I have over here is the spring animation along with time set as 2 seconds. Just that, no other changes. Perfect, you can do that. Now cross it. Well, we should also have the effects over here. Let me select the text. Alright, in the effects, we have appear, the same one on appear custom effect. Then go over here, opacity is 0, scale is 1 this time. The offset in the X, it is set minus 150. You can also make it minus 200. So it will go slightly at the left. You can see that. Perfect. And in the spring, 2 seconds of the animation. Perfect. Cross that. Now I will go over here for this one, this rating one. One thing, you're not going to find it like this because I have copy pasted. That's why I'm getting it like this. What you need to do over here is you need to select this plus icon and then use the appear effect. Since I already have appear over here, it is not present in this box. But if you haven't applied the appear, it is going to be present over here, which you can apply like this one. So select it. On appear, custom, effect, everything is same. Opacity is 0, all the default values. Offset is 150, which I'm going to keep it like this one. And if I go in the transition, now the time is quite large, which is 2.4. Let's take 2.6, slightly more. So it will appear later than this one. Now cross it. Alright, so as you can see, we have created everything from the layouts of desktop, tablet, mobile, then layout templates, and also the animation. So now let's play this website and see how it is looking. Perfect. So it is looking quite right. And since I have made it larger, made it small. Perfect. Let me reload that. Perfect. So it is looking quite fine. But let me show you a problem. If I increase the size, you can see that it is going all the way to the left and all the way to the right, which is not right. We need to go back, go over here, well not there, but in this stack which contains our left content and the right content. And one more thing, if I make any change over here in the desktop, it is set as primary. Let me increase the size. So this desktop is primary. You can see that. So it means if I'm going to make any change over here, it is going to appear in all those three. But if I make any change over here, it is not going to appear on these two because these are children and they inherit from this one, but the desktop does not inherit styling from these two. Alright, it is clear. So where I was, I need to select this tag which contains left content and the right content and give it min max. Max width is going to be fixed of 1200 pixels since I'm designing on the 1200 and it is looking quite fine on this one. Now let's play this. Now increase the size like this and you can see it is staying. Let me make it smaller. Perfect. You can see that it is working quite right and this is how we want it. Now let's also check if it is working on the tablet mode, but you can see that it is cutting out. We will fix that later on. And now the phone mode is also working quite right. So this particular one is messing up. So we need to fix it. Let's go back over here. Let me select this one. Make it smaller like this. Perfect. Now let me see. Yeah, now it is quite right. You can make it even more smaller and it will be perfect. Alright, so I guess now we are done with this particular hero section and we have done a great job. And if you also have created along with me, consider sending it to our Telegram group. Because if you do that, people will tell you your flaws and where you can improve. And at last, we will meet in the next one.